Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I wanted to come down and say hi to you guys for a minute. I know I haven't been here for a while, but I wanted to hop in and share something that was on my mind. I was just thinking about this, and the topic for today that I wanted to hit very quickly, and later on we'll talk about the stock market and stuff like that. So if you go to if you want to join class, you're welcome to do so. Is debt, and I was thinking about debt because I was thinking about what student loan debt has done to our community, what it's really done to the country, but it's really done terrible things to Black people. So student loan debt. First of all, I want to ask, how many of you have been hit by student loans? Give me a yes in the chat if you are a veteran of the student loan trap. If you've ever been hit by student loans, if you're worried about your student loans or they're tough to repay, stuff like that. Well, if you are in that category, you're not alone. A lot of people have been body slammed by student loans. Basically, the price of education has gone way up because they made a lot of financing available for you to go to college. And now a lot of people are in this weird debt trap that they can't get out of. And it helped me understand something about capitalism. Now, I've known about capitalism for a long time. As you guys know, I've been a finance professor at University of Kentucky, Indiana University, Syracuse University. I've taught finance in all those places. I taught in China, Europe, all that. And but sometimes I have a revelation, and when I have it, I say, "Oh wait, let me go talk to Black people about this because maybe this can actually help somebody." Here's something about capitalism that I want you to understand. Capitalism and debt kind of go hand in hand. Debt is something that basically creates what I call corporate sharecroppers. And student loan debt has done this. Student loan debt has created corporate sharecroppers the same way you had sharecroppers 150 years ago. You've got sharecroppers now. Now, what am I saying? Right? Ask me, hey, boys, what are you talking about? Well, if you think about sharecropping, what did you do? Well, you put people in so much debt that they had to keep working the land to try to repay this debt that they can never repay. So it was like kind of like working your way out of financial quicksand. The more you work your way out, the deeper you go, right? And so they think they're running forward, but really the treadmill's moving so fast. The treadmill's moving faster than your feet. So you're running as fast as you can, but you're going backward. You don't understand why you're running so hard and you're going backward. Well, that's because they got you on that debt treadmill, and they need you on that debt treadmill. Well, why? Well, because they need to find some way, some opportunity, some pathway to find people that are going to be stuck on the corporate plantation. You see, the reason that capitalism tends to work for very wealthy people is because they have convinced the working class to do all the work while they receive all the benefits. Like if you rent property, you're the renter and you pay more to the landlord than the mortgage, right? The difference between you and him is not how much you pay. It's the fact that he had capital and you didn't. Because he had capital, he was able to get the property and rent it out to you. Whereas you're the one actually who's going to actually pay that mortgage for the landlord. It's kind of a crazy system. That's kind of how it works. And so the thing about the debt, and this is why I believe that from the time you're born in public school, they're teaching you to consume, and then to go into debt to consume, is because the number one driver in the economy, the number one driver in America's economic growth is consumer spending. That is the number one driver. And that consumer spending is financed typically through a lot of debt. And then also you've got the student loan debt on top of that. So ultimately what happens is, this is the point I want to get to on this, is that if I get you in debt, then it's almost like you owe me a big favor. And if you've ever seen a negotiation, the party that can make the other party owe them a favor, they've now got leverage. Now I've got something on you. It's almost like how you hear those guys that would joke about, the man, she tricked me. She got pregnant with my baby. Now she trapped me. Right. Well, to some extent, student loan debt is the capitalist system's way of getting you economically pregnant. So they lock you down. Right. When they get you pregnant with debt, you can't go nowhere. Right. You're stuck. You have to keep working on the corporate plantation because every time you want to quit, you can't quit. Because you're thinking, God, I got to go pay back all this debt. When really, to some extent, some would say that debt was imaginary in the first place. Nobody ever said that it should cost you $200,000 to go to college. That's ridiculous. That is insane. That is an unbelievable amount of money. But because they convinced you from an early age that you had to go to college, and then they spiked up the price of this commodity that you had to have, right? Well, in economics, you have demand supply equations. So when the demand remains pretty consistent and the supply is consistent, but the demand stays high, well, then the price is going to keep going higher because they got you to demand this thing. Well, they artificially inflated the price, so you're going to just pay whatever they require you to pay, and you're going to go into debt to do that. So effectively, to some extent, if you're stuck on the corporate plantation because you've got student loan debt that you can't repay, you literally have become pregnant by the economic system. They've locked you down. Now, why do I bring this point up? Well, number one, there are ways out of that, right? I think financial awareness is extremely important. Knowing where you are economically, generating more income through side hustles, starting businesses, investing, all that stuff. We talk about that all the time. If you're not sure how to do these things, we know it all. We have 20 or 30 experts who work at the Black Business School. So just go to boycewatkins.com. I teach a class every Tuesday. I've got a lot of stuff out there. You can do a free trial, money back guarantee, all that good stuff. So feel free to join us in the Black Business School if that's something that helps you. Number two, though, this is what I need you to tell me that you're going to do. Make sure you teach your kids how to put on the economic condom when they get older. Don't let them get screwed by this system. Don't let them get pregnant with that debt. If they get pregnant with that student loan debt, they're going to be stuck as sharecroppers for the next 30, 40 years trying to pay off an impossible debt, right? A lot of times the way they get you trapped is they get you trying to accomplish something that is almost impossible to do, right? It's almost impossible to pay off $150,000 in debt when you're making $50,000 a year. That's kind of crazy. So ultimately, what I would say to you is make sure your kids don't get caught in that debt trap. Also, remember, there's something peculiar about a system that will loan you $100,000 to go to school, but won't loan you $20,000 to start a business. They'll loan you $50,000 to buy a car, but won't loan you $20,000 or $30,000 to make a down payment on a home. They will loan you money all day for bad debt, but won't give you access to the capital that you need to take on good debt. Right. And so this is all because that's how the game is structured. And that's something that you have to be aware of. And that's the thought that I had. And I wanted to share it with y'all. And I hope that it's taken the way it's intended. I hope that it helps you. I don't want you to feel bad about your life, but I want you to understand how these things work so you can avoid these traps. All right. I got to go, guys. I literally wanted to pop in for 1 second and make this remark. It's very nice to see you. If you want to learn more about all the stuff we have going on in the Black Business School, my stock market investing class, we meet every Tuesday. Just go to boycewatkins.com. We do book club on Wednesday, the Black Wealth Boot Camp on Thursday. And also we have every now and then we have level up conversations where you can talk to me face to face, tell me about your business, tell me about your situation. These are small groups with no more than 8 or 9 people, and it allows you to kind of chop it up with me directly. So it's totally up to you. Feel free to go to boycewatkins.com to learn more. I'm out of here, guys. Hit the thumbs up button. God bless you. Have a great day. And CJ asks, is it worth it to go to law school? Well, it depends. If you really want to be a lawyer, then sure. But if you're not sure, don't become a lawyer just so you can carry a fancy briefcase and feel important. Like, do it because you really love the law. So you might want to go talk to some lawyers about that. All right, guys, have a good day. Love you. I'll see you soon. Take care now. Peace.